Alright, so if I'm going to be very honest with myself, I think you guys know what I'm actually going to be talking about. It's not really usually what I'm actually going to be talking about because my channel, because if you view me as a channel or a YouTuber, I'm pretty much like a Little Big Planet enthusiast, but this is not what this video is about, okay? It's about Nintendo and its aggression and its greed. Alright, so to begin with, I think this all started with Power World. I'm not really calling out Power World or anything like that. I just think Nintendo actually just decided to, like, just go after Power World and actually get a little bit more serious and a little bit more aggressive with their company. Well, not really with their company. I'm not saying towards their company, but with their company, because because instead of actually creating like a better game that's actually better than Power World, they actually just decided to sue. Like and let's be honest here, that actually angered a lot of people. I wasn't really I wasn't really part of that. I mean, I kind of thought of the opposite way around because I hate Pokemon ripoffs, or should I say hated Pokemon ripoffs. But I think you guys get the point. Recently I just kind of turned it all around, turned my thoughts all the way around because Nintendo is now trying to have a patent of getting rid of the Pokemon mechanics, like the summoning mechanics in video games and their Nintendo video games. But but I don't think that should actually happen because I love Pokemon. I mean, if you haven't seen my me liking Pokemon video, I suggest you go ahead and watch that in the description down below. I'm not really sure if I'm actually gonna put that in the description, like as a link, but you guys get the point. Like, I pretty much enjoyed their Pokemon games, and I just really enjoyed like just having having a companion battle for me. But I don't think Nintendo actually wants to do that anymore, all because of Power World. Like I said, I'm not really calling Power World out specifically, but I'm sure you guys get the point. But this doesn't really have to do anything with the video, but I don't think. But I recently just wanted to record this video because I think Nintendo have actually made their games illegal. I'm not really sure what they actually mean by illegal, but if you guys know what they mean by like making their games illegal, please let me know in the comment section down below, because because my thought process just kind of generated, wait, are video games illegal now? I don't know, but I'm pretty much like a gamer, and I've been playing video games throughout all my life, and they're pretty much the the main horseman and the most important thing in my life that I need to survive, because boredom and everything else. But yeah. But back to what I was saying. First, Nintendo decided to sue Power World because they thought it was actually illegal, and they thought it was actually an insult to their video games, like Pokemon, for example. But things escalated a lot worse. Like instead of accepting defeat for I don't know. Like, instead of accepting Nintendo's defeat, or should I say, instead of Nintendo accepting defeat, they just decided to take it a step further by signing a patent, and removing the Pokemon mechanic, the summoning stuff. Pokemon's well-known mechanic is supposed to be summoning stuff. If they're trying to make it more like Animal Crossing, I'm not gonna accept that. I mean, not that I hate Animal Crossing or anything like that, but Pokemon pretty much wouldn't even be the same anymore if they actually successfully won the patent. But all I'm saying is this has pretty much gone too far, and yeah. But I don't know. Anyways, I think that's the aggression part. I think I pretty much need to talk about the greed part. If you give me one sec. So I believe that the Nintendo greed started back when the Nintendo Switch 2 came out, and they actually revealed their insane prices because Nintendo felt like it, because they said so. Well, not really. I'm just like, I don't know. But if you guys pretty much seen their insane prices, you'll pretty much understand. I believe you guys will understand and pretty much get the point and get the idea of Nintendo's greed. Like, they actually just decided to make their games like, more expensive than $60. Like, let's say that you actually have a PlayStation game that's actually like pretty cheap. It should probably be at least like, $20 or something, or $30 or $15. I don't care. But for some reason with Nintendo, they actually just made it like, very expensive. And I'm not really sure what to say about that. I mean, their prices is pretty much the reason why I'm not getting a Switch 2 anytime soon, nor am I getting the new Mario Kart World game, or Pokemon Legends ZA when it comes out, or Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm not saying that these are bad games. It's just they're really too expensive. Like, I believe that Nintendo pretty much has high expectations, and they're pretty much too high, and they're too insane to, like, reach. Like, come on, let's be realistic here. No one's gonna want to buy, to empty out their wallet just to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. Like this is pretty much like one of the main reasons why I myself am a retro gamer. Like, this is why I keep playing on my Game Boy Advance SP, just playing Super Mario Advance 2 and Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I guess you guys get the point, but yeah. This is why I'm pretty much like a retro gamer and never a new generation gamer. Well, kind of not really never, but you guys get the point. But the new generation of games kind of suck. Not saying that all three of the games that I just mentioned beforehand was actually bad, but they're just way too expensive. Like what actually told Nintendo to make their games really expensive? Like, the Nintendo Switch 2 should have actually cost, like, less expensive and probably more than the Nintendo Switch in the past. But nobody cares about the past anymore, and that's the problem. Like, I'm not really too sure how much the Nintendo Switch actually costs in the past years. I think it was $130 or $150 or something. But Nintendo Switch 2, on the other hand, like, even if it was actually released, oh my god, I don't even think that I'm actually mentally ready to say the prices, because the Nintendo Switch 2 costs $450, I think. But you guys get the point. I mean, that's kind of almost as worse as old Pokemon games like Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS. Like, have you seen the authentic Pokemon game prices recently? Because they're way too expensive. They cost like over $100 or over like $100 or $150 or sometimes even $200. Like, come on, guys. I mean, most of us do not have jobs, and most of us either want or don't want to work for money just to buy, like, old Pokemon games, or the Nintendo Switch 2, or the new generation of, or newly generated stuff like the Nintendo Switch 2, Mario Kart World, all that stuff. But it's really hard to get money, I mean, let's get the obvious out of the way. It's really, really hard to get money. Like, there are people doing things that they're not very proud of just for money. And that's all what Nintendo cares about. Money. Like, money doesn't even buy happiness. I mean, when will actually Nintendo get that through their heads, or enter that through their heads? Like, seriously. But maybe you guys are not really seeing why this is probably such a big deal, because y'all are just focused on, I don't know, whatever you're thinking about. But I'm gonna slow down for a bit. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and just break it down for a bit, just to know, just so you know, just so you guys get the idea. Like, I love video games. Like they're pretty much the best thing and the most important thing in the entire planet. Like, compared to the internet. Like, the internet's very important, like extremely important. But think about this. What would actually happen? What would the actual world look like without video games? Come to think of it, I kind of see why the gaming industry is actually going down, and there are actually like a few gamers out there. But I do not. But I just really want the video game company, or like, video game industries to like, rise up and actually just go back to normal, like there was in the past years. But I don't think anybody cares about the past anymore. They just actually just focus on the present, or the future. But they just don't even know what. But they just don't even know at this point. They're just only that much focused on themselves in the future and the present. But it doesn't really. But I'm not gonna talk about that too much. Point is. But the point is, I think Nintendo's going a little too far. Like, no, not a little too far. They have gotten way too far, and they are getting way out of control. And what they're doing is basically kind of evil, if you ask me. Like, I really hope that they actually just back down, because if Nintendo keeps doing this with their prices and the aggression, they can shut down for good. Like, I hope they can shut down. Like, I wouldn't even care anymore. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if there was actually a new Nintendo console, like, after the Nintendo Switch 2, because, come on, guys. The Nintendo Switch 2 is probably gonna suck because of the prices. Anyways, that's it for me. If you guys like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm not very active, but subscribe anyways. And share your thoughts in the comment section with me if you want to. And turn the notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. I mean, I'm not very active, but please do it anyway. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Until then, this is Condor Habit, and catch you guys later.